Hello YouTube, how you guys doing? We have finally gotten around to doing our F1 2018 career. We're actually gonna create character right now. Let's see, what do we want to go with? I think this is who we'll go with. Helmet. Looks nice. What do we want? Where do we want Turbo Yoda? Is that's who it's gonna be. Where do we want him from? No. Let's not go with other. Let's just go with America. Audio name, okay. Now this is the next hard one. What do we want to get name?
Blue.
No.
Cohen. Cook. Iceman.
Mr. That's bad.
The Rainmaster. Williams. Adams.
Well.
Ryder. The Rookie.
No.
Old Timer.
Also no.
Lucky.
We'll go with that. Why not? We are gonna start with. Let's start with Williams. Why not? I want Sergey to be my teammate. Full qualifying. No formation lap. Simulation safety cars on. Braking assist on medium. Advance. Okay, I think that's what we're gonna go with. And then now we're starting, obviously, Australia. This is gonna be interesting. We're gonna see how this car handles. It's a Williams, so hey, it's not gonna handle very well.
I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations. But the real work starts now. This is
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive junior career. How are you feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track. I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media, so be careful. Anyway, it's time to catch up with Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
So far from the little bit of
Welcome to the data center. Here, we've got access to all kinds of information, including car telemetry, weather, lap times, tire wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season. Oh, and make us all look good, okay?
okay. So as I was saying before I decided to let Carl talk,
Welcome to your new team.
I
Williams
personally
has
don't like the interview thing. I
periods
think it's
of dominance
dumb.
over several decades in the
Oh well.
sport. It's high time for another one of those, and you can help make that happen. So let's knuckle down and get to work, okay?
Okay. I don't really care for tutorials. Goals. Qualify 18th or better. Okay. From Jeff, it's supposed to be nice.
Here you can see the pertinent details about your current contract. On one side are the objectives and bonuses that we've negotiated with the team. On the other is information regarding how you're perceived throughout the paddock,
What do we have here?
team, and your overall value to them, which is a combination of these elements. Winning rival races is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favorable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you
Let's save this for, let's get this going right now.
If it were me, this is probably what I'd invest in.
And there we go. Okay, let's start that now. And get into FP1.
Welcome to Melbourne, where the practice session is about to start for this weekend's Australian Grand Prix. The pre-race talking is over. Now it's time for the drivers to show their worth. An opportunity here then for the drivers to learn the track and learn the car. And of course, work out all the little kinks that show up when the teams put these cars together at the circuit. Anthony Davidson, this is all very familiar to you, of course, so why don't you give us an idea as to what the drivers will be getting up to in these sessions?
I'd say the first responsibility for drivers during pre-practice is in gathering data for correlation purposes, which allows the engineers to match real-life data against the simulation. Secondly, the driver then needs to dial themselves into a circuit that they may not have driven around for a full year, which is a fact that's often overlooked. And then you finally focus on the details of car setup and the tyre wear. It's critical to have a good relationship with your engineer here so they can make the right adjustments at the right time.
There we are.
Ultimately, bring out the performance you're looking for.
Okay. Let's get out. Run a lap before we go from there. Save screenshot. I think that's gonna be a good one. Some blisters getting on the tires right there. I think that'll be a good photo. We'll run a lap or two to get through the race, or to get through the track, kind of just get used to running the track. Because even in some of my practice laps, testing for this game to get ready, it's been a bit since I've actually raced Australia, so I failed. I'm back on track though.
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD. We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
That chicane is usually one of my most challenging spots on the track, believe it or not. We're going to turn ERS down to none for now. So far, this has been a relatively incident-free practice. We'll run one more lap, full lap, I should say, and then we'll roll into the garage and do a little bit of the practice programs. I rolled off track there. That was great. Wide turn. Max Verstappen sets fastest time at a 1:34 and change. Tires are looking solid. And we are crossing the line with a 134.305. 134.3. So that went pretty well. And we're going to come into the box this lap. Okay, we took that corner a little bit better this time. Getting through pretty cleanly. Next challenge is obviously going to be getting down pit road. However, this isn't Shanghai. This isn't the weird, janky pit road of Shanghai. I've seen so many issues. I've had issues with last year. That chicane is probably, and chicane's a strong word for it, but it's gonna be probably the most difficult spot for me. I said as I had to stop to make sure I didn't overshoot that turn. Because I took it very aggressively, okay. That was sketchy. Okay, we're gonna roll into pit. Our box is pretty far back. Okay. Session info. Oh, what do we want to run? I think we'll run track acclimatization. Oh, nope.
So, we'd like to run the acclimatization program if you have a chance before qualifying. It'll give us a good indication of our relative pace and consistency.
That's my goal. That's what I was about to do, Jeff. Calm down. Free practice is going to be very important for me and Williams this year. We got to get those resource points. I would like to, before leaving Williams, to win them a title.
Approaching the DRS zone, watch your MFD for the activation point.
Okay, that went. It's been clean so far. So far, it's been good. I kind of slid through that corner. Okay, that's always a hard spot because you don't want to clip that wall there. Okay, we're coming into turn 13. And good so far. Interesting. Oh, okay. And we are going to roll across the line with a 515 score.
That's fantastic. You obviously have a really good understanding of this circuit.
Well, this is bad. This is double bad. We're just gonna drive. Cause I got a 15? It's been a... There's hitting the wall. Good thing I didn't really hit it hard. That could have been dangerous. Could still... Oh, we're at 325. Oops.
Great stuff. You pretty much nailed this circuit. This is a really strong foundation to build from over the weekend.
Oh, we're just gonna run this last lap just to do it. Really, the big thing with running this final lap is just to see what I can do. Kind of just see what we can keep consistently. And just to get a little bit of a few extra laps under my belt. Oh, we skate through with a 4:15.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
And we're just gonna hit return to garage here. I'd say that went pretty well for FP1. And I think let's just look at it. Really, the only spots 6 was about optimal. 12 or 11 and 12 were average to optimal. 15 was average to optimal. Okay, I'm okay with that. That's gonna do it for FP1. I want to say no need to put any extra wear on the car. Let's look. What did we set for a time? We set a oof. We're going down in time. Oh, my controller disconnected. Nice. Oh, we set 15, so
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top 3. Who are Hamilton, Ricciardo, and
Sergei Sorokin, our teammate, is a 134 on the Ultra Soft, so we're second faster. Not quite a second faster than Sergei. The Saubers, McLaren, Marcus Ericsson are at 134s. We're only a second and a half behind Lewis Hamilton here, so I'm okay with it. That's gonna do it for one. Moving on to this interview.
To enjoy that. You made it look easy. It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled.
I don't know.
So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in?
I don't know.
What are you expecting?
I freaking hate doing this.
Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more? Great. Well, that's everything.
Ugh. God, I freaking hate that whole interview mechanic. It's so annoying, dude. Okay, so the way now for FP2 and FP3, you guys won't be seeing here on YouTube. I'll be editing those out. Get to qualifying, because otherwise this video would be very, very long. See where our reputation ended up. Oh, we went up with Williams because we said some nice things. We went with everyone other than Ferrari. Oh, and McLaren, I think. Okay, well, we had FP1. That was a thing. It was interesting. We ran through FP2 and 3. You guys didn't miss much. As I said, I don't include those on videos. Just ran a few laps each just to get some resource points. We're going into qualifying. We're going to Q1 here. I don't have too great of expectations for Q1. I would like to be in a top 15 spot, top 10, top 15 spot. Hopefully.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. I want to talk briefly about the strategy in these qualifying sessions. Anthony Davidson, how can a driver adjust their approach to gain those critical extra tenths of a second?
Well, qualifying isn't about adjusting your approach necessarily. It's more about trying to repeat a low fuel run that you've practiced prior to this session. You're looking for perfection on the lap, and that's hard to achieve if you're trying something new. There are some variables that can stand in your way, however. Track position or unexpected yellow flags, for example. Coupled with ever-changing track conditions, it's important to be out there at the right moment. But as a driver, you have to try and ignore these distractions and just keep your mind focused on that one perfect lap.
Okay.
Right, it's not going to be easy getting into the next qualifying session, but we know you'll give it your all.
Our setup, yep. And we're going. We are out on the or not ice, out on the track. Looks like we have a Ferrari in front of us here. There's definitely a Ferrari in front of us. I can't tell who it is quite yet. I don't think we're gonna get close enough to him to find out. See what we put up for a time. Ferrari of Kimi Räikkönen in front of us. That was a bad turn. .28 so far, and Valtteri Bottas in front of Kimi. So the number 2 drivers for Mercedes and Ferrari in front of us. Trouble right in front of there. Oh Lord, we had to brake suddenly to not nip them. Kimi ran into Bottas. Sebastian Vettel puts a 132 up. Fernando Alonso goes and puts a 131. I don't know if we're gonna be at that. Kevin Magnussen on 131.6. Get a slipstream off Kimi. Can we beat a 131? We beat a 131 by a little bit.
Well done.
That happened. Oh, this car did it at 130.05. I think that, or that right there is our cue to get off the track for the session. See what happens here. I'd say that was a lap. Now let's go watch some time. Lewis Hamilton sets one faster than us at a 128. Valtteri just below us, about 0.3 of a second below us. Let's see, is our 130 gonna keep us in second? Right now, it looks like there's not going to be anything that passes us. A lot of cars in the garage. Sergio Perez at 14. I don't think he's going to... Sergei Sorokin at 2 seconds behind us. 2.5 behind us, actually. Looks like our 130. Okay. We have a lot of track. We dropped down to 3rd after Q1, so that went well. Car overperformed there in Q1. I am okay with it. Car went fast. We got that nice little slipstream off Kimi. Almost had a little bit of trouble there when Valtteri and Kimi ran into each other back in fucking that little chicane. Let's go out. Let's see what we put up. I'm just gonna go out and try and get a good lap. I'm already where I would like to be. I made it into Q2. That was my goal. I'm happy with it. Obviously, if we can get to Q3 and get a top 10 spot, start in the points, that would be great. Looks like we have a Mercedes in front of us here. Can't quite tell. It's Valtteri. Looks like that is a Ferrari in front of Kimi, or in front of Valtteri. That was Kimi Räikkönen who slowed down and let Valtteri through, and then we slid past him. We get in the grass just a hair. I don't know what happened with Kimi's car that he slowed down that much to let us and Valtteri pass him. Oh well, I'm not gonna complain too much. I gotta be careful I don't come up into Valtteri. That's him. That was on me who about cut my own nose off there. Daniel Ricciardo sets at 130. We are slightly faster than Daniel Ricciardo through that sector. There's some things happening there, though. I missed that turn. That was bad. I don't think we're gonna beat a 130. We are not. 131 puts us in 3rd. I'm okay with that. And I'm just gonna keep it as is. Let's slide off the track here and return to garage. Another one. I'm okay with that. T3 or P3 there. Oh, drop down to 6. Ooh. Let's keep an eye on that. 7th. There are a couple mistakes there that might have cost us. Just gotta keep an eye on this right here. And does it keep us in the... Ooh, we dropped to 9. Stoffel Vandoorne. The difference between... Oh, none of the Force Indias are up there. Ooh. The only difference between us and Sergio Perez, about 0.05 of a second. We move on to Q3. Car is right where I want it to be, obviously. I mean, that worked out well for us. I'm okay with it.
Hope you're sitting comfortably, mate. We've got a sensor issue, and we're going to be stuck here for a while as we fix it.
Okay, well. let's go run a lap. We got that sensor issue fixed. I hope. Well, we did. That's gonna put a little bit more pressure on us. We can't get a. I mean, we're already in a spot where I'm happy. We are. I mean, I was happy with P2 or getting into Q2. First race, this Williams is performing well. Try and manage ERS or DRS, or no, it was ERS. Yep, ERS a little bit. Okay, we caught the curb there. Not exactly what I wanted to do. Oh boy, that was bad. Get things right. We are a second, 1.8, 1.9-ish seconds behind Lewis's time. Lewis, the class of F1 right now, and even in real life and in game. If I don't care where I finish at this point. I just want to run a lap and I'll be happy. Don't damage the car. We saved that one. This is gonna be bad. So it looks like here in Q3 things are difficult. We are not gonna beat that 129. We are probably gonna finish 10th. And we crossed the line at 10th. I am okay with that. I'm gonna give it one more lap, see what we get. See if we can get any higher. We're a second faster than my previous time, so that's a start. This has to be a very good lap, though. I don't think we're going to catch a Lewis.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. You've dropped to P10.
Yep, we're still P10. Time dropping rapidly on that delta. Okay, it's starting to slow down. Okay, we're at 1.7, 1.8, 1.8, 1.9. And we crossed the line. That puts us in 7th. And that is going to do it for Q3. We're going to return garage, see where it puts us. Still in 7th. Is there anything else? There's still cars out on the track. What do we have for times? We stay at 7th. A little over
Hamilton, Ricciardo, and Max Verstappen.
a 10th. A little over a 10th above Kevin Magnussen, Stoffel Van Dorn, and Fernando Alonso from McLaren round out the top 10. Your top 10, I didn't even read the full top 10. Your full top 10 are Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes. Daniel Ricciardo is at 2nd, along with Max Verstappen in 3rd in Red Bulls. Nico Hülkenberg is 4th in a Renault. That one's high up there. Valtteri Bottas 5th in his Mercedes. Kimi Räikkönen the only Ferrari in the top 10. Myself at 7th, and Mike Williams. Oof. Could be a rough top 10. Kevin Magnussen in a Haas, the only Haas in the top 10, and Stoffel Van Dorn and Fernando Alonso rounding it out in McLaren's. Can we get a race director here? Nope, we can't. I was gonna say, I kind of wanted to know where Vettel is. I was a little curious, but oh well. I am perfectly fine with him being back. We are going to the race here in a moment. Qualifying at 7th, I'm okay with. We are leading our rivalry against Sergei Sorokin, who I believe is in 20th.
I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Before the race starts, I will go with it. Check messages. We got one from Jeff. And, well, track conditions, it's going to be no rain. So I'm okay with that. Let's advance to the race.
New drivers, new cars, and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. We go racing today then in the state of Victoria, where the drivers have 16 corners and 3.3 miles to navigate at an average lap speed of around 120 miles an hour. The close proximity of the barriers makes accidents inevitable, and recent history shows us that a safety car is not at all out of the question. Almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and P2 goes to Daniel Ricciardo. A strong showing from the Australian. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hülkenberg, Valtteri Bottas, and Raikkonen, Lucky, Magnussen, Van Dorn, and Fernando Alonso, Perez, Grosjean, Pierre Gasly, and Sainz, Ocon, Leclerc, Marcus Ericsson, and Brendan Hartley. Vettel and Sergei Sorokin rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So,
We've qualified above where we
there it is.
So try your best to hold on to this position in the race.
Sebastian Vettel in 19th. Let's take a quick look at our race strategy. Starting on the Ultras, we're going to go with one stop here. Safer car setup I can't change. We're going to go a little over. And let's start. And your Australian Grand Prix is lights out, and we get a start. That's all we got. Okay, we take wing damage in a clip with Kimi Räikkönen. How bad does it look? We
Minor damage.
slide in between Raikkonen and Valtteri. We gain 1 spot. Valtteri's still in front of us here. We're gonna have to be careful with that front wing. That happened. I don't know what happened there. I think that's just the lack of a front wing. We can't turn. This is bad. So our first start has not gone. This first lap has not gone well in our first official race. We slide into the inside of
Okay, that's
Sergio Perez. We are a long way behind Kimi Räikkönen right now. Long way behind. We have Sergio right behind us. We gotta drop that down to medium. Let's see if we can catch up to if and when we can catch up to Kimi. There's part of our wing in the grass there. We are slowly catching up to Kimi. I don't know if it's because he's stuck behind the Renault of Magnussen in front of him, a slower car. Obviously now we're a very slow car here. Or not Magnussen, I don't know where I got Kevin Magnussen from. The Renault of Nico Hülkenberg, actually. Kevin Magnussen drives Haas, and I think he's actually behind us. Okay, I'm catching up to them. Kimi he tried going to the wall to get that pass. What? Now we're in the grass again. We're still losing. Kimi can't get past. Kimi, Kimi steals a spot from Nico. Nico gets it back. They're battling in front of me. I'm gonna just try and stay out of the way.
Damage to your wing. Damage to your wing. Suggest we box to change it. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Copy.
This is gonna be a rough lap here. We lose our front wing.
We have to replace that front wing. Box.
I'm gonna box when I can, Jeff. I will box when I actually have the ability to box, Jeff. It's gonna be a moment. It's gonna take me a little while. I have to drive carefully here.
Your lap times are falling off. We want you to pit in for repairs. Box, box, box.
Yes, Jeff, I will box. So far, our F1 debut has not been going well in the first couple of laps. Once he gives me a strategy change as I'm past pit lane.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Now, granted, I was so late by the time I actually... Right here is where I'm making that collision with Hülkenberg and, with Hülkenberg and Raikkonen as they're in their battle. Or, yeah, Hülkenberg and Raikkonen. We're going to be on softs the rest of the race. We are now in 20th. However, this will probably kind of give us an undercut.
Go, go, go.
We are slowly going down.
That was our
Well,
Scheduled pit stops.
things are not going how I would like them to. And I got my answer in fucking qualifying as to why I was able to slide past, why Kimi Räikkönen gave us spots. It was because that was where pit lane ended, or the pit line ended. We are now a long way behind everybody. It is going to take us a long time to try and catch up, hopefully as people pit. Actually, I feel like we're catching up. Slowly, I'm starting to see the pack on the radar. My little mini map down there. Okay, we have a couple cars in pit. I will beat them to the end line, maybe, except for Hamilton. I'll beat these two past. There's Kevin Magnussen. That's Hamilton in front of me. That's Valtteri in front of me. I'm sorry. This race has been difficult for me at points.
Okay, car behind is now running the super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car behind.
We are, not quite on Bottas. I would like to get in DRS range of him. I think we'll be within DRS range. Kimi Räikkönen goes out of the race. That's a bit of a mercy kill. And I am going to... I have DRS. Is it going to get me anything?
Caution, caution.
Valtteri and I bump into each other. That's probably on me. If the race gives me anything. Valtteri's gonna have DRS maybe. We're gonna pass Fernando Alonso right here. We have a fastest lap. Now we have Nico Hülkenberg in front of us here as our next target. We are in P15. We are slowly catching Nico.
The gap to the car ahead is
3-4.
4 seconds.
See what it is at the end of sector 2. We do have right now the fastest lap at a 1:33. We're not in obviously not in DRS range of Nico. We are still slowly catching him, I feel. Sergey goes into the pits.
Sergey is in for his stop.
And who are we passing here? We pass Vettel, Sorokin. We pass a lot. We are now top 10. 9. Perez is in front of us and 8th. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch past Sergio here. I have to be careful. I do
Gap to teammate behind is
slide past Sergio.
8 seconds.
I'm gonna end up conceding that spot. Roman Grosjean is behind us. Should eventually be able to get, I mean, if I can stick within DRS range of Sergio. Sergio locks up right there. Sergio dives into me. Okay, that happened. We're gonna drop back ERS. And I get a warning, of course. ERS is gonna go into overtake here. Oh, car slid right there. And that time we get past Sergio, in which we are not gonna be conceding that position. Now, at some point, we are gonna have to catch up and maybe pass Nico Hulkenberg. We're gonna pass a couple. We're gonna pass Pierre Gasly here, Charles Leclerc, Esteban Ocon. Sergio Perez gets a big boost off of DRS and myself. We're now in 5th after, well, things happening. That's going to be a corner cut. That could be a time penalty because that's been happening. If I could catch, I would like to catch up to Nico. But I don't know if that's when that is going to happen. 3.8. We are actually losing time to Nico Hulkenberg right now. We're gonna go into rich fuel mode. I want to burn some of this off if I can. Uh, 3.2 behind Nico now. I think we will catch Nico at some point. This has been a tough race for us though. It's not only is it gonna be, I don't think we're gonna catch anyone beyond Nico because of where they're at. Pretty soon, what are our tires at is my next question. 13%, so they're handling well. We set another fastest lap, 132. We are slowly catching up to Nico, which in my opinion is the most important thing. Everyone else in front of him though right now could be out. However, that 4th spot, oh, car slides. We are still only 1.4 now behind Nico.
Hamilton has the lead.
Lewis Hamilton is in the lead. By way more than a lot. We're still catching Nico. Will I get within DRS is the next question. We will be within DRS range of Nico. This is good for us. We are going to catch up to him a little bit more. Gonna go into overtake. However, I'm gonna have to be careful. I did bump Nico earlier. We should be able to pass him here. It looks like we're going to. He's making a move. We get past him.
This lap of the race. Keep this up.
Now, can we keep this position? Oh, Lord, that was almost bad. Max Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Lewis Hamilton, though, are so far ahead right now.
We advise moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2.
I'm gonna go into mix 2. I am gonna stay there. We're at lap 10 of 15. Right now, finishing 4th is okay. That is way overperforming. We're still not catching those guys. 8.2 is how far behind the leaders we are, or behind. That's just Max Verstappen right now, and well, Danny Ricciardo, who are 1, 2, or 2, 3. Who looks like they look like they're at least a second, maybe more behind Lewis Hamilton. Wide turn gets us in the grass. Can we get it going? We do. We're pretty far ahead of Nico, so that's a good sign. Now, yep, we're slowing down. Losing time there now. Max Verstappen now 9.3 seconds ahead of us. Still 9.4 behind, 1.8 in front of Nico. Sergei Sorokin goes out of the race. That's another mercy kill, not that it affects us. Sergei taking the DNF. Not good for Williams. What happened with Sergei, we will find out. We'll look at the director. .7 seconds behind. We are still 1.9 ahead of Nico Hulkenberg.
Sergei's in P10 at the moment.
I just got a weird audio glitch. They said Sergei was in P10. But the commentary just said he is out of the race. P10 would be really nice. There is the Williams of Sergei Sorokin. Max Verstappen still way ahead of us. We are on lap 12 of 15. We're closing to the end of the race. .5 seconds behind now. However, our gap to Nico Hulkenberg is increasing. Things that could have been had we stayed clean at the beginning of in the first few laps, instead of having to fight to finish in top 10, and not just top 10. I mean, it wasn't really a fight once we got to this point. We've had a clean car, and we've been running well. But just imagine what could have been if we didn't get that Nico Hulkenberg. And when we hit Nico Hulkenberg and we hit, in that middle there when Kimi Räikkönen and Nico Hulkenberg were battling, when we bumped both of them actually, or even into a point when we hit Valtteri Bottas lap 1, beginning of lap 1. We are 11.3 behind Lewis Hamilton. Do I think we win this race? No. However, it looks like the Red Bulls are slowing down a little bit. Gonna go up to mix 3. See if we can even close that distance just a bit to maybe get something. 8.9, 8.1 on Max Verstappen. We're slowly. Wait, is it a little too late though? I personally think yes. 7.4. However, the Red Bulls can feed off of each other though, if they're close enough. If they are indeed close enough, they can feed off of each other. But I couldn't make that mistake. That's bad. I slide into the grass. That could have been the race. We are now 7.8 seconds back again.
Hamilton's in first place.
On lap 14, 2 laps to go. We are... This one will at least make it close, I feel. Put us a little closer to P3 than what we really are.
Okay.
6.8.
6.8 seconds.
Things may have been... We may have just been cutting this a little too late. Go with that push just a bit too late. Unfortunately. And the thing is, Max Verstappen is starting to fall off, I feel.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Once again, we go wide there. Well, I could see them in front of me. I don't think we're going to be able to catch them. 5.3.
Work. That's a new fastest lap for the race.
And the next question, are we going to have enough fuel to hold the position? There's Max Verstappen. Going to high ERS. No need to leave anything on track. 4.5 behind in lap 15. ERS is going to 5. Can't leave it all here. And well, things turned out to be a little closer than what they were. Max Verstappen finishes 3rd. We will finish 4th.
That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Ferme.
I'm okay with it. 4th. We moved up 3 spots to finish 4th. Things could have went better for us.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was.
Mercedes is Lewis Hamilton is your winner.
Anthony Davidson, give me your thoughts. How did they accomplish this result?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled.
Red Bull takes the podium.
And it's a well-deserved
Takes the top.
victory.
Takes 2 and 3.
Mercedes then are on top today.
Lewis Hamilton takes number 1 for his first win of the year at the first race.
after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'm going to go for Sebastian Vettel. People have suggested before that he can't race wheel to wheel, but as he showed today, it's nonsense.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. Red Bull moved to the top of the table. After all that excitement, it's time for a lie down, I think. Thanks for joining us, and goodbye until the next race.
Okay, and Sebastian Vettel is your driver of the day, who, well, he finished 13th after starting 19th. With that being said, Sergei Sorokin and Kimi Räikkönen get DNFs. Your top 10 are, as the aforementioned, Lewis Hamilton, Danny Ricciardo, Max Verstappen at 1, 2, 3. Myself at 4, Nico Hulkenberg at 5, Sergio Perez at 6, Valtteri Bottas at 7, Roman Grosjean at 8, Kevin Magnussen at 9, and Fernando Alonso at 10. And then the rest are Esteban Ocon at 11, Charles Leclerc at 12, Sebastian Vettel at 13, Stoffel Van Dorn dropping from 9 to 14th. Brendan Hartley at 15, Carlos Sainz at 16, Marcus Ericsson 17, Pierre Gasly 18, Sergei Sorokin gets 19th after having a slightly later DNF than Kimi Räikkönen, who finished 20th. Race director, let's see what happened. We got two warnings. Okay. Sergei Sorokin has a mechanical failure, and as does Kimi Räikkönen. Both drop out with mechanical failures, and that is the end of the race. We get 12 points. We are 4th in the standings, and we have this.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you? You're breaking all expectations. What's your secret? It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it?
Renault didn't like that one.
You scraped the walls a few times. Were you struggling for grip?
Williams didn't like that one.
Appreciate your time.
So that was a pretty good first performance for us, but what could have been had we not had like, what happened there with that, like, behind with Vettel and Wright, or not Vettel, with Raikkonen and fucking Hulkenberg. Oh my god. Oh well. Well, everyone's happy with us. I mean, except Renault. Renault's not happy with us. We made them upset. With that being said, guys, we're not gonna do the we're not gonna do these historic races. We'll do those in the next one.
You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
That is Australia. Carl with the debrief. Had a few missteps throughout the team over the course of the weekend, but you did job well in the race there. Hope the car wasn't too much of a handle. And Emma sends us stuff about the invitational events. Well, like I said, we'll talk the invitational events in next episode. Thank you for watching that. Next one we have, boy, what is our next race? Next race is Bahrain. Okay. Any more arrow? Nope, there isn't. Track that I'm okay with. We will see you guys later. Peace out. Stay classy, YouTube. Bye.